Hello, everyone, and welcome to 77 Questions with Chesa Dental Care. This month we have Dr. Kirtilata Empire with us. Hello, ma'am, how are you?
Good morning, everybody, and I'm good, Sakshi. Thank you.
Are you ready for 77 questions?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. What does your name mean?
Yeah, my name is Kirtilata, and Kirti stands for fame, and Lata is a creeper or a vine. So it is a creeper of fame, I must say.
Which is very true in your case, also, ma'am.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I must say I am from Manipal because I have lived most of my life in Manipal.
Okay.
I've been here for the past 32 years, although I'm from a place called Sagar in Karnataka state.
Okay. One thing you love about city Manipal?
Manipal is an awesome place. Manipal is a small global town, but it has everything that one could ask for.
Okay. So now let's talk a little about your childhood. Were you a naughty child or a shy child?
I was easy to manage child, I must say, quite well behaved,
Okay.
not naughty.
Okay. Were you more into arts or science?
Science.
What was your favorite subject in school?
I loved biology.
One dish from your childhood household that you loved the most?
Yeah, I would allow everything that my mother used to cook. She is a fantastic cook, and I would love more breakfast items rather than lunch and dinner. So even if sometimes the breakfast items are there for lunch, I would prefer eating that. And idli sambar, I must say, is my favorite.
Okay. Most special childhood memory?
Yeah. It's my grandfather, my dad's dad, he used to tell us stories from Mahabharata and Ramayana every evening, and that is my most cherished memory of childhood.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I do. I have an elder brother and an younger sister.
Who was the naughtiest among three of you?
Most probably my brother, because he used to little bully us, but otherwise we were not very naughty that way.
Okay. What is your favorite holiday or festival?
I used to love Christmas holidays because so much of festivity at that time.
Yeah.
And Diwali, Festival of Lights, is my favorite festival.
Okay. Any special festival dish that you love to cook?
Normally, I cook our traditional Konkani dishes. We are Konkani people, so mostly the Konkani dishes, and payasam or kheer is my favorite.
Okay. Do you like traveling?
Very much.
Okay. Adventure or relaxation? What is your ideal vacation?
Mostly relaxation in a nice cool place with family.
Favorite travel experience till date?
Yeah, our trip to China in 2007, that was the most memorable trip.
Okay. We hear your spouse is also a doctor. What is your experience on having a spouse from the same profession?
Yeah, my husband is a gynecologist and obstetrician, and I think it really matters to have a husband or the spouse of the same profession, because there will be a lot of understanding.
Okay. One favorite thing or quality that you love about your better half?
Yeah, he's very understanding and very supportive. He is my mentor, I must say. So,
Oh, that is very sweet, ma'am.
yes.
Do you have children?
Yeah, I have a daughter.
Okay. What does she do?
She has done her MS in OBG, that's obstetrics and gynecology. She went after her father, so followed his footsteps and became an obstetrician and gynecologist. But she has trained further to be a specialist in reproductive medicine, as she is an infertility specialist.
Okay. Now, moving on to your qualifications, it is very safe to say that you were studious like from the day one.
Yes.
Okay, so did you choose dentistry or dentistry chose you?
Like everybody, I think wanted to also do medicine. My father is a doctor. My brother had taken MBBS, so I was also wanting to do that. But I couldn't get a seat for MBBS. But looking back, retrospectively, I think dentistry was the best choice for me.
Okay. From which college you have done your BTS?
From Government Dental College at Bangalore.
Okay. What was your favorite subject in dentistry?
Oral medicine. That's what I have also done my post-graduation in.
Okay. What made you to choose to pursue MDS?
I wanted to be in academics, and in academics it is very important that you have a postgraduate degree also. So,
okay. From which college you have done your MDS?
From Manipal College of Dental Sciences at Manipal.
Okay. Most memorable moment from your college life?
Yeah, college life was really fun, and staying in hostel brought so many friends. So I think that was very good. The hostel life was very good.
Okay. Have you had any mentors in life?
I must say my husband is my mentor, because as said already, anything and everything I discuss with him, and he gives very good advice. So he's been my mentor.
Okay. What is the importance of mentorship in one's life?
Many times we face such situations where we need to get some suggestions or some kind of advice. So in everybody's life, I think you need to have a wise and a trusted counselor or a mentor.
Okay. Did you have a favorite teacher in college?
Yeah, my oral medicine teachers were my role models, and they were my favorite teachers also. Dr. Nagesh from GDC Bangalore, and my postgraduate guide, Dr. Vijay Raghavan.
Okay. Top 3 qualities you believe that are crucial to be a good teacher?
Most important is to be passionate about teaching, and next is to have patience with the students, and also to have good communication skills.
Okay. What inspired you to choose teaching as a profession?
So way back in 1988, when I finished my BDS, I joined as a tutor in oral medicine at Manipal College of Dental Sciences, Manipal, and immediately I knew that teaching is my passion. So that's how I pursued academics.
Okay. What is your favorite subject to teach?
Oral medicine and radiology.
Okay. What is your teaching style?
It's more of a facilitator type of teaching. I facilitate the students to learn. I feel that's how one should be. You don't spoon feed everything. You make the students learn. So facilitate.
Okay. What are the perks of teaching profession? I'm sure there would be many.
Yeah, absolutely. So teaching, as you know, is a very rewarding career. Yeah. You have the power to inspire a student by igniting their passion for that subject, and it also gives you a chance to be a lifelong learner, because to teach you need to learn yourself. So it gives you that opportunity, and obviously by being in the company of youngsters, you feel young at heart.
Yeah, that's true. What is your mantra for dealing with college students?
Yeah, my mantra is a simple mantra. If the students do not learn the way I teach, then I feel I should teach the way the students learn.
That is very understanding, ma'am. We know that you are also a guest speaker for many prestigious institutes. Were you always interested in public speaking?
To be frank with you, no, I am not a public speaker. I don't think I'm for public speaking. Lectures are fine, but not otherwise public.
Okay. It is said that teaching needs continuous learning also. How true is that in your case?
100% true, because one has to be a lifelong learner to be a teacher. And at times we have to learn also from our students.
Yeah, that's true, ma'am. The most important thing that you expect from your students?
I expect sincerity from the students.
Okay. As you said, you started as a teacher in the same institute. So, from being teacher to dean of such a prestigious institute, how will you define your journey?
I must say, very humbling. I never expected to be a dean of any institute, and it was really God's grace and really humbling experience for me.
Okay. What is your vision for your institute?
Our institute has always been ranked consistently number one among the private dental colleges, and my dream for my institute is to remain in the first position. And in the NIRF ranking in 2020, we were ranked still number one among private dental colleges, but among all the dental colleges in India, we were number two. So we would like to reach there, number one.
Okay. Ma'am, you have somewhere around 28 years of teaching experience, which is a remarkable journey in itself. What are the few things that you have learned from your students in these 28 years?
Yeah, I have learned invaluable lessons from my students. I've learned that the first impression is not always the best impression. So sometimes you may be carried away with the first impression. And I also have learned to value my own continued learning. I have realized that you have to stay in touch with the subject. You have to be a continued learner. And also my students have taught me how lucky I am to get the opportunity to love them and to watch them grow. So it's nice now. My students' children are coming to learn dentistry. So we have a couple of students whose parents were our students. So it's a great experience, and to see them come back here and to see them having progressed in their life and become very, popular, that is very rewarding.
Okay, that's very inspiring also, ma'am.
Yes, it is.
Dental education in India on a scale of 1 to 10.
I would keep it at 7.5.
Okay. Where do you see future of dentistry in India?
I think dentistry mostly in the future will become too much digital dentistry because digital technology is replacing many of the conventional methods now. Be it in my specialty of oral medicine and radiology, where diagnosis is becoming digital. Most of the imaging techniques are digital. So I think digital technology will mostly replace the conventional.
Okay. One reason why one should choose dentistry as a profession?
Because I believe dentistry is a very noble profession, and a dentist can experience the satisfaction, the privilege and joy of positively transforming a patient's life by restoring oral health and putting back the smile on their faces.
Okay. What are the 3 most important factors that students should keep in mind while choosing a dental college?
First and foremost is the faculty of the college, how dedicated and committed they are, how experienced they are, and of course the curriculum what the college follows, the infrastructure of the college, and also the reputation counts a lot.
Yes. Ma'am, due to current pandemic situation in the world, there has been a shift from classroom teaching to online teaching. Your thoughts on the same?
Yeah, this pandemic has made us realize a lot of things, Sakshi, because we had conventional method of teaching. Here and there we would have certain webinars, but now that we have realized that a lot of things can be done online.
Yeah.
So I think a blended type of learning is really good. So we need to stay ahead of today's competition also. Worldwide, blended learning is becoming the norm. So I think it's a good thing to do. There are certain advantages and disadvantages of both, but if we combine the two, taking into account that, I think it works well.
That's very true, ma'am.
Yes.
What is one thing, except from, of course, professional degree, that is absolutely needed to be a successful dentist in India?
Yeah, for a dentist, good handwork is very important.
Yeah.
And of course, one should have very good communication skills.
Okay. One advice to young teachers.
Yeah, I would advise the young teachers to know your students and their learning style. Each child is different. So you have to know your students. And another advice is don't be over familiar with the students. And also don't assume anything about your students and don't be judgmental. Try not to take things to heart and ensure that you have a good work and life balance.
Okay. One advice to those currently studying dentistry.
Yeah, what's happening with dentistry is people are now speaking, saying that there is no scope and dentistry is doomed and things like that. So I would advise the students not to listen to those who say dentistry has no scope.
Yeah.
That's true only for those who are not interested or to those who are not willing to invest their time and effort. So those who are not hardworking or those who don't want to give their time, then probably it is true. Otherwise, dentistry is and will be a very good profession.
I'm sure, ma'am, that is so true. Okay, so moving on, some more questions about you. What are your hobbies?
Reading and traveling, then of course interior decoration, and for the past 4 or 5 years I have taken a liking also for sewing.
Oh, that's very interesting. Ma'am, as you said, you are interested in interior designing also. How did you realize that?
I was always fascinated by some good homes, very well kept homes. And way back in, say, 1988, visited a friend's house in Bangalore. And the house, although a simple house, was so well kept that I realized I have passion for interior decoration. And I decided that time when I have my own home, I will keep it with me. And luckily for me, my husband also is very much interested in interior decoration. So it suited me well.
Oh, that's so nice. So have you done any projects commercially or for your personal life, if you have taken up any projects?
I can't say I have done any projects, but of course our house is our project. So we have kept it very well decorated, and at the same time it is kind of very easy type of house also. So my house is our my husband also has put in a lot in the house. So
Yeah.
and many people who visit our house, when they enter the house, they say, wow, so well kept.
That's so nice, ma'am. Ma'am, you also mentioned that you like to read. How does reading changes one's life, according to you?
Reading is a very good hobby. You can do it at a quiet corner in your house, and it definitely helps to improve empathy. And when you read stories about other people's lives, it helps you develop the skills to understand the world through another person's perspective.
Okay. Any 3 books, in your opinion, that you would like to suggest to our viewers?
Yeah, one book I recently read was Don't Sweat Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff by Richard Carlson. It's very good. It tells you not to worry about minor issues, not to stress with minor issues. Let it go.
Yeah.
And another book I appreciate is Just Listen by Mark Goldstein, which is mainly about communication skills.
Yeah.
And the other book is David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. So, which says that size doesn't matter. So, with courage and commitment, you can overcome a lot of hurdles.
Okay. Do you also like watching movies?
Yes, I do. And in this pandemic, I don't know how many movies I have watched.
Yeah, I think all of us has kind of gone back on watching movies
Right.
series. Okay, which is your all-time favorite movie?
You will laugh when I say Veer Zara.
No. It was a nice movie, ma'am. It was a nice movie.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Your thoughts on the internet, particularly social media.
Yeah, I must say it is a double-edged weapon which has to be used judiciously. It is very good, at the same time it's very bad. So you need to use it judiciously.
Okay. Modernization versus conventional thinking. Your thoughts.
I think mixture of the two is better because I believe in this writing by the famous Kannada poet DVG.
Yeah.
It says Hosa Chiguru Haleberu Koodiralu Mara Sobagu, which means just translates as tree with old roots and new leaves or new shoots looks beautiful.
Which is very true, ma'am. Work-life balance for a woman in today's day and age, because you are one of the women who is working so hard in current scenario. So what is your take on work-life balance?
Yeah, it's very important to have a work-life balance. So you need to know where to draw the line. But
Yeah.
I strongly believe in this quote. A busiest person is one who has time for everything.
Yeah, that's true, ma'am. 3 values that you believe and practice religiously.
Yeah, the first and foremost is integrity. That's very important. And to have respect for fellow beings and being good unconditionally.
Okay, your biggest life learning till date.
Yeah, one thing which I have learned is to trust everybody but not blindly.
Okay. Ma'am, you also reflect a very strong women figure in the world of dentistry and education. Any message to the women who are still struggling to reach to their goal?
Yeah, I would advise them to be at it, be focused, and do your work sincerely. You will definitely come out.
Okay.
I never expected to be the dean, but I did my work sincerely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 3 things that motivates you or lift your spirit.
Yeah, as I said, one thing is, my talking to my husband whenever there is anything that is bothering me.
Yeah.
And then, of course, listening to soothing music and reading motivating books. And now, one recent addition is I have taken a liking for these inspirational short films. I watch on YouTube.
Yeah. Small documentaries.
Yeah, they are very good.
Okay. One thing on your bucket list, something that you plan on doing in near future.
I'm planning to do something, which will benefit people at large. So I'm just working on it.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll be successful at it.
We are sure, ma'am, that you will be.
Thanks, Archie.
Ma'am, you have already achieved so much and you have planned on achieving so much in future. But according to you, what do you think will be like your top 3 achievements of life?
Yeah, the first one is I was the best outgoing lady student of my batch and receiving the gold medal from the governor of the then Karnataka governor. And becoming the dean of MCOTS Manipal, I must say, is the biggest achievement. It happened in 2017.
Yeah.
And in the year 2018, I was awarded the faculty research award by Career School.
Okay. Ma'am, so for someone who has won so many awards and achievement, what does success actually mean to you?
Success, it is not same for everybody, So achieving your own potential without comparing with anyone, I must say, is success.
Overcoming challenges and moving ahead. The trick to being, able to do everything. What is your trick to overcome challenges and just to be at it?
First and foremost, it's very important to accept. First, you accept without denying. So acceptance will make overcoming challenges easier. So when you let go of worrying about situations you cannot change or you cannot do much about, and you think, look at the ones that you can change, I think you will feel less overwhelmed.
That's a very nice trick, ma'am. Something all of us should use.
Yes.
Okay. Most adventurous thing done in COVID times.
I already told you I am not very adventurous. In these COVID times, we all, believe that health is more important than any adventure. So
Yeah.
work from home during the lockdown and are still following all the guidelines and all the regulations. Because to
I
survive is more important now.
Yeah, and I think staying at home was the biggest
Most
adventure
adventurous.
for this year.
True.
Okay. So ma'am, New Year's Eve is around the corner. Any special plans for New Year's?
Actually, no special plan, Sakshi, as such, than welcoming and praying the new year to be happier and
Yeah.
healthier for all,
Yeah.
and prefer to stay at home with family.
Okay. Your views on Chaser Academy?
I think it consists of all smart people like you. It's a smart platform to learn, share, and grow together as a community of dentists.
Yeah. Okay. So we have reached to last two questions of your interview, ma'am. A short message to all our viewers.
First of all, I would like to thank everybody for this opportunity and for listening to me. So I would give this short message: believe in yourself and in your own uniqueness as a person. Be inspired and positively influenced by others, but don't ever compare yourself with others or compete with others. Try to attain your potential to the fullest, and that is the real success. Don't go for comparative success, because there's only one you in the world and there will be never another. So don't worry about being perfect, because I don't think there is anything that really is perfect.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. That was really sweet. Thank you so much for inspiring us. Moving on to last questions, your views on this 77 questions interview.
Very interesting questions, Sakshi. So I really enjoyed answering them. So I really thank Chesa Academy and Sakshi for this opportunity. And I wish all of you a very happy and prosperous new year. May God bless all of you.